Alrighty, we're here at 80s in the Park with Billy Morris, formerly of Warrant, currently with Tuff, and has another project he's going to tell you about.
Alright, well, I'm based in Cleveland, Ohio, which is the rock and roll capital of the world. And I play in a band there now, and I'm starting a new project. It's going to be called Sunset Strip, a tribute to the 80s featuring Billy Morris. And it's going to do the best of like Warrant, Poison, and Bon Jovi, and Dokken, and all the great 80s rock songs that we love. And just getting that gearing up for the first of the year 2015. So
excellent. Anybody we know?
Sunset Strip, Billy Morris.
Anyone we know in the band?
No, as a matter of fact, just all my good local Cleveland friends that I'm tight with, and I've Paul Lewis on bass, Rob Samay on lead guitar, Jim Tobias on the drums, and we played a few gigs so far. I'm just finishing up a project I've been in with for 8 years called The Breakfast Club. Same thing, 80s tribute, 80s cover songs, 80s rock, which is what I grew up on. But I'm moving on to this new project. I'm really excited to start that next year.
Excellent. Billy, how long have you been a professional musician?
That's a good question. It's a very good question. 48 years old. I played live on stage at the age of 6 at the North Royalton Homecoming 1972. And I played and sang Johnny B. Good, lead guitar and sang, with my father and my uncle behind me. And I've been rocking ever since.
How cool.
Always playing guitar. At the age of 14, my dad said, "Get in there. I'm teaching the songs to your mother's band," and I became the guitar player for my mom's band, which was an all-occasion wedding band. I made $45 a night every Friday and Saturday. I was the richest kid in 10th grade. The best BMX bikes, the best go-karts, and life was great. And I've been playing music my whole life, never had a day job.
Excellent, excellent. In all your years of being on the road, what is your favorite venue to play in and why?
Wow, man, I've played all over the world. I've played in all the clubs in my hometown are great, but I gotta just picture this or mention this one, Blossom Music Center in Cleveland, Ohio, Cuyahoga Falls. It was where I went and saw all of my rock idols growing up. And I was lucky enough to play there with Poison and Warrant. And Janie Lane just said, "This is the guy, this is his hometown, this is his stage," and let me do like a good guitar solo. My parents were in the crowd, so look up Blossom Music Center in Ohio.
Awesome, awesome. In all the years you traveled when you were with Warrant, you traveled with a lot of other bands. Who was your favorite band to tour with?
Well, I gotta be honest with you guys. I mean, there's so many bands, I don't wanna not mention any of them, but growing up and being like a guitar player, emulating my superstars, Rat, and being able to tour with Rat and Warren DeMartini was crazy for me. I can remember it was the Metal Edge Tour 2001 or 2, or I forget the year, but after Warrant would play, Tracy Guns and I from LA Guns would sit next to the side fill like this, so the crowd wouldn't see us. We would just watch Warren DeMartini. So touring with Rat, being able to hang out with Bobby Blotzer, it was really special for me.
Cool. Next question. They get harder as they go, by the way.
Oh boy.
Your entire music collection gets wiped out. What's the first CD that you replace?
Van Halen 1. When
Awesome.
I hear Eruption going into You Really Got Me, and the guitar and the reverb and the big guitar sound. Look at that. I'm getting it right now. Here's racing.
Yep, me too. I'm getting it too.
There you have it.
I lived in Hollywood in the 70s and 80s. So
You
I
lived it.
Yeah. Yeah, we were right there. As a matter of fact, my ex-wife went to school with the band.
Wow.
So they were like in the hallways in high school, and they're playing, garage band stuff and all that. So it was kind of neat. Young guitar player wants to make a career out of it. What advice do you have for him?
Wow. Okay. Let me think. Be true to yourself. Like what you like, but you always gotta get the girls to dance. All right? You get the girls to dance and shake their ass, everything else falls into place. So you gotta play music. If you want to get paid, you gotta get the girls in the bar to shake their asses. That means the guys are watching them shake their asses and they're buying drinks. And it doesn't matter how good you are, or how good you look, or how good you play. It matters, and it's sad to say, it's a business. So make the register ring. You want to get paid, you got to ring that register. And by ring that register, you get the girls to dance. That's important.
Perfect.
And be in tune. Tune your guitar.
Okay, living or dead, what one person would you really like to jam with?
Janie Lane.
Awesome.
No doubt about it. We wrote songs together. We spent hours and hours in the studio. I miss him. He was the one that made my rock and roll dreams come true. So devastated that he's gone. He left a great impression in music. He's one of the greatest songwriters of his era. And if we could bring him back for, he'd be the guy, Janie Lane.
Awesome. Current time, singer shows up, knocks on your door, introduces himself and says, I'm going to sing one song for you, personal concert. Who would that singer be and what would be the song?
All right. It would be David Lee Roth. And I think that we would probably do something like Panama, where I could riff out a little bit on the guitar and we could have fun. But the ultimate front man for what I like is David Lee Roth. There was David Lee Roth, then there was all the other blonde lead singers, and he was one that started. Although, Jim Dandy, Black Oak, Arkansas, look him up, right?
We're friends with Jim.
I love Jim. I ran sound for him in the 80s, and he's a rock and roller. You look him up on YouTube, and you have to do a double take. Is that David Lee Roth? So we know where David got his stick from.
Yeah, except for David never did the washboard.
Hey, his career is not over, though.
That's true. That's true. He could. Okay, next question, last question, and the hardest question. You've been in a lot of interviews, I'm sure. What one question would you like to answer that nobody has ever asked you?
Wow. Would probably like to re-answer a question. Can I do a little switch on that? I did my first Metal Edge, Metal Sludge 20 questions. You know, they ask rockers 20 questions. And I was doing it with Janie, and they asked me about the guitar players in Warrant, who I took his place. And I kind of threw him under the bus, gave him a low rating, and I would like to re-answer that question. The two guitar players from Warrant, Eric Turner and Joey Allen, absolutely rocked. And I looked up to those guys. I opened for Warrant so many times in my band in Cleveland, Kid Wicked, traveling around, chasing their tour bus in my Ford van. And to be able to join that band and take Joey Allen's place and jam alongside Eric Turner, I wish I wouldn't have answered that question so, controversial. But that would be the one question I'd like to re-answer. So, Joey Allen, I love you, brother. You're a rock star to me.
Awesome. Billy, thank you for taking the time to interview with us, and we wish you the very best of luck in your next project.
Appreciate the opportunity. I'll see you soon.